Hey there, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Welcome to day 2616 of What You Up To Now, documenting the journey, sharing lessons learned. I like to say the good, the bad, and the ugly. I like to say good first because I always like to focus on the good. The bad and the ugly, it just happens and we need to deal with it, right? I don't know anybody's life who has been so picture perfect that they've never had a challenge, a setback, an obstacle, or something that they had to overcome in order to create what it is that they want in their life. So today, as part of this year's Be a Better You annual challenge, we're talking about the IDEANCE process, both for Supersize Your Business. I'm trying to combine and create my personal brand. That's part of my communication that I'm working on this month and this year. I think it's going to take me more than just this month to get it done, especially because I'm traveling at the end of the month. And I'm hanging out with my granddaughters this weekend, so their parents can go to my son-in-law's best friend's wedding. So that's exciting. And he was their best man in their wedding, so everybody's super excited. But I'm going to hang out with the girls. My son's going to take them to the wedding. Thank you very much, since I can't drive anyway. And they'll have a blast. I'll pack for my trip because I'm leaving bright and early on the red eye Monday morning. So I want to be ready for that. So we're talking about the IDEANCE process in both the Be a Better You annual challenge. That was a long way of saying I'm trying to be more condensed this year. And the fifth step of that process is N, which stands for next. What's next? What do we need to do next? We want to reflect on what we've done so far, where we're at in the process, how we can know if what we're doing is working, how to build more of what's working into moving forward next, or tweak and change and adjust and do what we need to do to make it work for us. I see my light just went off. Not sure why that happened. It's broken. It's time for a new one. I've got a new one in the cupboard. All right. So technical difficulties are a part of life, especially when we're going online and we're doing things and learning things and trying new things ourselves. This whole week, I was challenged Spotify. All of a sudden, my Spotify podcast disappeared. And it's not a great place for me, but I get a couple hundred views a day there. So I think it's important because it means I'm reaching a couple hundred people that need to hear or want to hear what I have to say sometimes. So I spent like 3 days on it, worked with customer service to no avail, and all of a sudden yesterday it started working again, which I always like. And I reminded myself that a lot of times when something stops working, I find this on Facebook a lot, and other people's platforms is where it's challenging, and we just have to remind ourselves it's not our platform. We need to try to problem solve and figure it out, but if we can't, sometimes we just have to take a deep breath, give it a day, and lo and behold, it works just fine. It's amazing to me how that works and how often that works. With technology, especially when you know that customer service can't figure out what's going on, then you know that there's other people with the same challenge, and it's probably a little thing on their end. I think they just updated something in their system and it knocked us out, and so I had to figure out how to get back on that. And stuff like that happens every week as we're creating what it is that we want in the world. We need to learn how to flow and go with that. I've gotten better about technology. I still get really frustrated when I can't figure things out, and I said, take a deep breath, remind myself, this too shall pass. And usually when I'm in a calmer state, I figure out the answer and we get moving forward again. So I'll do the same thing with my ring light. If I can help you in any way, please ask, hit me up. Otherwise, have an amazing day, and I'll, of course, be with you tomorrow.